Hello, everybody. How are you doing today, Maria?
I'm good.
You're good. How's the tea working out for you?
Like the last episode, I think I forgot. Did I mention how many pounds I was? Or no?
You said that your clothes. You were talking about how you stepped on the scale, and then you didn't want to step on the scale right away again because you were nervous about like what?
Okay. Well, I lost 2 pounds since from last week, and that's I should have lost more, but I was eating at a time when I'm not supposed to be because I told myself I'm not going to eat after 6 p.m. and then I was eating like at 8, like because I was just hungry and snacking. But despite all that, I still managed to lose 2 pounds.
That's good.
So
That's
I think I would have lost probably more than that if I wasn't eating it after 6 p.m.
I know. I remember that rule that you're not supposed to eat after 6 o'clock. Just in general, they said.
Yeah, because digesting and all that. So, and I ate a burrito.
Ooh. That sounds so good, though.
It's because I haven't had meat, like red meat, in a while. And being Lent, I'm Catholic. So in Lent, on Fridays, you're not supposed to eat meat. And so on the days, like the day before.
You got your meat in?
Because I know so that I'm not going to miss. I'm sorry.
Hi, Pepper. Hello.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
He wants to be the star of the show.
He just loves his mama. I usually put the gate, but I didn't.
That's
put
okay.
The gate.
Pepper can join us.
Just missing. Yeah, he was just missing his mama. He's so sweet when he said hi to you.
I know. He's my friend too.
Aww.
Okay.
Yeah, this is him. Likes to being on my lap because I can't carry him. He's so big. So.
You could try. You could try.
No, he'll be bigger than me.
So you ate a burrito.
I did. And
was it delicious? Was it worth it?
It was.
It was.
So I probably won't eat meat for a while. It was just my thing. Okay, that's it. It's Lent. I am
Yeah.
So I ate it before Friday.
That's so funny. You're like, let me get it in. Let me get it in.
So that I don't crave it. Because usually that's when you'll crave it. Is that crazy?
Because you can't have it, you think is why you crave it?
Or it's just, well, I know me. I just haven't had it in a while as well. Yeah. So I knew I was going to. If I was already thinking about it and then comes the day when you can't have it, the more I'm going to want to have it.
You're going to want to have it. Yeah. And lucky for me, I don't eat beef or pork or anything like that.
Yes.
And we don't even eat like a lot of chicken anymore.
Really?
I just
chicken either?
Well, my daughter is, maybe she's tired of chicken because I don't make beef or pork or anything like that. So we do a lot of seafood and we do a lot of chicken, and she only wants her chicken now fried.
Fried like chicken tenders fried?
No, like fried chicken.
Oh.
Yeah, so I had to learn how to fry chicken.
Oh,
yes, I did not know how to fry chicken. Now I know. Well, I mean, to make it look good, like I got it down now. So
you add flour?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably something I can't do because
But I never crave, like if I crave a burrito, it's going to be a bean and cheese burrito with guacamole. So even if I eat that on Friday, I'm still safe.
Bean cheese. Huh. There's me with my carne asada. Carne asada, everything on it, but beans.
No. And it has to have the guacamole.
Of course. Oh yeah. So anyway, let's not talk about that.
Okay.
I'm gonna want
let's go back to your tea.
Come back to just my morning tea. So anyway, this week my kids are on spring break. I think we talked about that today.
But this is like officially like spring break time.
College.
And she went on a trip with her friends. She's physically on the trip right now.
Yes, she's coming back Sunday. Yeah.
So I know we've talked about her flying on her own to go visit her aunt, to go to a concert. Is this the first time like she's done a trip with like the girls without parental supervision?
Yeah, every trip she's done, it's been with us.
So how are your emotions? How are you feeling about that?
I'm fine. I mean, except for the fact that when she texted me from her friend's phone because her phone got in water.
Not in the ocean, right? She has her phone back.
She does have her phone, but it's
Not
not working. It was somehow, she said it was still on, but she couldn't charge it anymore. So
Did she put it in rice right away? I guess you can't get rice on a trip.
No, she wasn't on the ship. They were in town during that time, and she didn't give me any specific details except it's like, Mama, I was being stupid, so sorry. I'm like, in my head, I was like, why didn't you have that phone in a bag with a zipper? Like, why did it just
she's
fall off?
on spring break,
unless she had it on her hand.
But she's not thinking, let's be responsible. She's on spring break.
Like, she had it on her hand and it just went, I don't know. But anyway.
I have thoughts that are going through my mind.
It was at the port, she said.
Okay.
Like when it happened. Is this the time when you guys were waiting to embark? I don't know, but it's just,
the less you know, the better.
Well, hey, you know what? I'm still getting pictures from the parents that are there.
Oh, there are parents there.
Well, yeah, one of her. She's the one. The mom set it up for the sorority girls. It's a private thing. It's just that she invited all her daughter's sorority friends to come along.
See, I'm envisioning that she's like Girls Gone Wild, going on spring break.
No,
where
I would have not allowed that.
That's why I was saying, how are your emotions doing?
Oh yeah, no.
I didn't realize that it was like more...
There was another parent. Well, there's two couples there.
Okay, perfect.
Like adults. Yes. Okay. So
I had other thoughts going through my head.
Well, because
just like back in the day when people go on spring break, and it's like,
which I've done.
Mayhem. See, I've never done that.
I have.
Yeah.
And I was so responsible.
I was.
I've always been responsible. I just, I've never put my parents in that type of situation where they have to worry about me. I mean, granted, yes, I loved going out. I did all that.
Yeah.
But if I say I'm going to come home, I'm going to come home. If I say I'm going to go to my work, I go to work. I don't call in,
I want to know more about your spring break experience.
If I'm going out with my friends and I don't come home till 5 in the morning, I am at work at 7 in the morning if I need to be there. So I've always been responsible. So, as far as like her going on spring break, I wasn't worried until I couldn't really get a hold of her when I need to. But I've been checking up on her through her girlfriend's phone.
That's good.
Yeah. But but she can't send us pictures out of whim, like when she like in the beginning of the break.
She was like sending you tons of pictures.
Would send a picture and here and there.
Yeah.
But at least the mom has been sending pictures.
Perfect.
I guess they went zip lining and they were on the boat. They've done everything. They were on the beach. They've done all that.
See, in a situation like that, I would definitely let my daughter participate, knowing that there's an adult.
Oh yeah.
Knowing me, I would probably be the adult on the trip with them.
Yes. So it's usually it would be my husband and I would be the parents. We did it last year. We had how many girls with us? We went to San Diego. That's
where I'm from, San Diego, so that's why I never went anywhere on spring break. Spring break always came to us.
Well, yeah.
So we didn't have to go anywhere.
Exactly. So we had how many girls last year? There was at least 7, 8 girls. And they rented a place. In San Diego.
Nice.
They went to Mission Beach.
Yes.
So, yeah, that was us, and we've done it so many times when it's always been us. So it's kind of nice that it's not us that's doing it, because you kind of worry. I'm a worrier.
It's a stressful thing. I think planning it and knowing that you're responsible for all those.
Yes, if anything happened, like
on you.
Well, okay. See, and this is why my stress level kind of went up a little bit, because obviously the other day I was at the dentist's office. We're waiting for appointment for cleaning, and obviously on the news that's been going on. There's that girl who's from the college student from University of Pittsburgh that went to Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, for spring break,
Okay.
and she's been missing for about a week now. So this is why.
Did she go with I didn't hear about this, but was she with a group of
Yeah,
people?
it's been on the news.
Was she with a group of people?
She went with friends.
Okay.
But now, after a week of not finding her at the resort, they're finally starting to search outside the resort. But then they were looking at cameras, and they saw clips with her and friends walking to the beach, and then they had clips of the people she was with going back to the hotel, but
She
not
wasn't.
her. So this is why I'm like, I wonder what happened there. You know what I mean?
Something happened at the beach.
That had to be.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm not a detective, but I can figure that out.
Of course.
Yeah.
And then when my daughter tells me I lost my phone, I'm like, oh gosh, seriously, I'm already worried because you're not under my radar.
Exactly.
But I mean, I know anything can happen even if she's under my radar, but still.
It's nerve-wracking just being a parent. I mean, all you moms out there, even your dad, even dads, I know dads probably get really nervous about their daughters. It's being a parent is a nervous job 24/7.
24/7. I mean, yeah, as much as we love the fact that we become so independent, but when
I think that would make me more nervous.
That's what it is.
Because they're not there, under your roof, and you can't.
No.
Yeah.
No, and there's this clip that I saw while I don't know if it's Instagram or TikTok, and I was scrolling, and there was a clip where this couple, their parents, and they're talking about once your child turns 18, make sure you have the power of attorney and medical power of attorney, and just basically saying you still have the right to make decisions for them, just if anything happens, because once they're 18, you're not allowed to even make decisions for medical blah, blah blah. But then I was looking through the comments in there, and they're also saying, but there was a nurse there in the comments saying, no, that's not true, because parents still have a say, blah blah, unless your child is married, then the husband has
the say.
Say.
Oh my goodness!
So,
I don't even want to think that far ahead.
I don't either, but think about it once they're 18, because I noticed when I would always make their doctor's appointments, and they do their annual exams and stuff, and then when it came to my oldest, and because she turned 18, it's they don't ask me that. They have to go through her. She has to have her own email.
Literally has to. She has to do it herself.
Everything. Everything.
Oh my goodness! I never even dawned on me, because I'm like, no, I can still do it, but no.
Oh they can't discuss her medical thing with me anymore. It's all through her.
Oh my gosh, things I never thought about. That's gonna be crazy for me when that happens.
I know.
But I'm glad that me and my daughter have a great relationship. I'm hoping that she'll share.
Oh, they overshare.
They overshare. Okay, good. I like oversharing.
As long as well, yeah.
Do you ever go la 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 la?
Well, it's still I'm the one's Mom, I need to see a doctor for this. Can you find me one?
Okay.
Mom, this. So
they still need your guidance.
Oh, everything, because I've always been the one that sets it up, and
that'll be me as well, because.
Oh yeah.
It's little things. It's so funny. I just realized, in the morning when we leave the house, she stands at the door, and I'm like, "Are you literally waiting for me to open the door?" You're so used to me doing everything that you can't even open the door. Oh, she's like, "Oh yeah, I can." Okay.
Seriously. No, I know. It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
No, but I think the numbers are there, but they still think they're 10. I don't know. That's me. Not all.
Not all. Yes, all children are different.
But yes, when they're too dependent on you for everything,
like opening the door,
they expect you to do everything.
I mean, I just stand there sometimes, I'm just waiting, and she's waiting, and I'm like, You're in front of the door. You can open it. She's like,
well, it's just this past year that my youngest, my son, is now picking out his own outfits. Where it's just before Christmas, is
you were still picking out his outfits.
Well, kind of hey, we're gonna go. It's okay. Well, what am I gonna wear? I'm like, well, find something. We went shopping. I'm like,
We talked about you taking him shopping.
and then but he's so just used to putting the ensemble, the whole thing.
And if that's a boy thing,
together.
is that
Maybe.
a boy thing? People, let me know, because I only have a daughter, so I've never had.
So I had to. So I was like, but now it's like, okay, dude, you can figure it out. I mean, I know you're not colorblind, even though it does run in their genes because on their dad's side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but they're not colorblind. I know that. Anyway, so getting back to spring break. Yeah, so that was just why I was just kind of worried because then you hear that, social media obviously would do the saying, be careful when your kids go to spring break, especially like with Mexico.
Crossing the border.
Especially what's going on now, with the tariffs and stuff like that.
That's a whole
other thing,
We're
right?
gonna stick with spring break.
Yeah, but but anyway, so it's just like, so here's me texting her in the beginning, like, just please be careful. Like, I don't want to. I mean, usually I wouldn't stress about Mexico. We've gone there so many times, but I don't know.
Especially changing a little bit. Yeah.
So, well, especially with the news with that girl. I mean, I've gone to Dominican Republic. I mean, that's also a place where people go all the time. So it's just kind of, it's just like scary.
It is. Yeah, I'm like, my mind's like, oh my gosh, because
like,
my daughter's 14, so I still have time, but time flies by so fast.
You know what it is, though, Sean? I think it's now that's more stuff coming out. I mean, I'm sure it's always been happening, but it's just more exposed now, the whole sex trafficking, child trafficking, human trafficking, all that. That's especially in the state that we live in.
In this state, yes, I know.
Like,
it's crazy.
Easily
it's
accessible
scary.
here and in California because we're so
we're
close.
border countries.
Yes.
Yeah.
Border
states,
not countries.
Border states.
Yes, but that's why. So it's like, and kids gone missing every day, and it's just, where's the crap? But now it's just more exposed. Like all these kids going.
We hear about it a lot more. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know, another thing that we have to worry about.
So I know your other two children, are they on the same spring break schedule?
Yes, they all are for the first time
Okay.
in a long time.
Okay.
Because before, when they were just all going to the same grammar school, obviously they all had the same break. But then when one started going to high school and the other one went to a different high school, and then, it's like, so for like 4 years, they weren't really. And then now they're back on the same schedule again.
Are you guys gonna do something as a family, or are you guys just gonna chill?
Pretty much chill, because our oldest is out on the cruise, so we can't do anything with her. She has to go back. Only one is off for 2 weeks. The other one is going back soon. I was only off for 1 week, so.
Okay, and I know you're talking about your son, right?
He's only off for 1 week.
And then they get another week off for Easter.
Not a whole week, though.
Not a whole week? Okay.
Just like, I think Good Friday and that Monday after Easter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's probably they get like 4.5. I think they have a half a day on Holy Thursday, maybe.
Is my daughter still in school? They don't have spring break. She goes to a private Catholic school. So they do Easter break. So she gets the 18th off for Good Friday, and then the whole week. And
that's usually what was our break before.
Yeah.
Because going to Catholic school.
Yeah. So they're still
but
in school.
But for some reason, the Catholic high school that my son goes to, they're not going through with the Easter break.
They just get an extended weekend.
Yeah, they changed it now to aligning with the rest of
the public schools,
the public schools and colleges in March. So
that probably works out good for families that have multiple children that are going to different schools, especially when you say like you have a child in college, and so it kind of just makes it easier for everyone.
Right.
Otherwise, you'd just be like your arms all in different directions.
I know. Yeah. And I just, I just started thinking about it. I'm like, oh my gosh, It's literally March, right? But March is done.
I feel like March is
April.
done.
It's to me. It's
I know.
April's here.
I know. I was looking at my calendar and I'm like, oh my goodness.
And Sean has a daughter graduating, 8th grade. So I told
crazy.
you. It's like I told you. It's just like next thing you know, it's May and she's graduating. You
I
only
know.
really have a month
and
left.
I feel like I'm not checked out. But I mean, like,
oh, yeah, you're not checked out because
there's all these
room parent.
well, I'm a room parent, but there's also all these 8th grade activities
That's what I'm saying.
that are happening and everything. But I feel like I'm being pulled because there's all these preparations for her to get into high school that are happening, like the new family meet and greets, and then like you know, she picked out her classes, so I'm like, oh my goodness, like back and forth.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And I literally have to like look at my calendar every single day to make sure that I'm not missing something, that something's happening.
That was my life for so with 3. You have 1.
I have 1.
Yeah.
No, I couldn't imagine
I was,
3 kids.
remember I was PTO president.
Yes.
And I was room parent.
Yes.
And looking back, honestly, when we were doing PTO, because I was PTO president, she was my vice president, and it was like all the fundraising events that we did and put together. How did we find the time to do that? Because right now,
I know it's crazy.
I'm like, I feel like I don't have the time to do this. I'm like, what's going on?
And it took a lot of time.
All the emails I sent out and follow-ups and
all the meetings we had,
and you were calling people
organizing
to sponsor us.
I know.
I'm like, how did we find the time?
But I'm so glad we did it. Because we were like so in the know of everything that was happening because we were the know.
But the thing is, we were busy doing that, but then my kids weren't doing all these different things because they were younger.
They were younger, and that's the perfect time if you ever are going to be involved in your child's life. I mean, always be involved in their life, but in school wise, when they're young, do PTO. I'm promoting it. No, because you're there with your child.
Your voice need to be heard. Hey, but you know what? It made my kids feel really good when they see me around school. So, and you too.
Exactly. I think for a while my daughter actually thought that I worked at the school because I would, in addition to like being in PTO vice president, I did a lot of volunteer. Like I volunteered in the cafeteria, I volunteered in the atrium, and she literally thought I was like, no. And a lot of parents thought, oh, do you work here? I'm like, no, I'm just here all the time.
True. I'm like, true.
True.
No, because I was just thinking about that. Like, we're always there for something.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was great, and I just thought about it. Like, I felt like, how did we do this, and then I don't even have that kind of busy anymore, and yet I don't have time
to do it.
You know what I mean? So I like, how do we do that? It's crazy. And I was driving so much more back then because they were so dependent on us for
everything.
We were there.
For their
I was the
activities.
chauffeur for everything. Yeah. So
and I call it an unpaid lift person. You don't get paid. You don't get tips. You're driving them everywhere.
So and then now, I don't have to drive them. I don't. One's not even living here anymore. So
I know. Oh my gosh.
It's like what? And yet I still can't find the time. I don't know. I mean, I guess I found the time to do a podcast. This is an added activity.
That's what we're putting our energy into
this
now.
This is the added activity that I didn't used to do. Oh my goodness. But anyway, so I'm just happy that she is kind of.
She's safe. And when is she coming back?
Like I said, Sunday.
Okay.
Well, the cruise ends on Saturday, but they disembark in California because they did the Mexican cruise. So she lost her phone in Cabo San Lucas. Like, go figure, like Cabo, right? So they did the whole like Cabo, Mazatlan, Puerto Vallarta.
Nice.
Yeah.
Fun places to go.
Oh yeah. Oh god, I saw the zip line videos. They're crazy. They did 19 lines, I guess. I would be going crazy at that point.
Well, when we went to Ensenada, we did the zip line. My daughter didn't want to do it, and I'm kind of glad she didn't do it because she's afraid of heights.
Yeah.
And we had to like walk across like it was crazy.
Yeah.
Like you walk across like this like bar that's like this wide, and you're like way up in the air, and it's like almost like you're going through an obstacle course to get to get to the next zip line.
I even lost my I'm so dumb. I should have worn my expensive sunglasses.
Yeah.
Duh. Anyway, I don't even want to think about that. Anyway.
So she's coming back. We get so distracted.
We're going tangents here. So she's coming back. So she's disembarking in California. So right now, so all the towns are done. So now she's at sea today.
Okay.
And they disembark tomorrow. So most likely I probably won't hear from her because probably the connection and out of the sea internet kind of
This
limited.
is good experience for her. Like her flying all by herself, her going on this trip, even though there is an adults there, but without mom and dad, is all gonna lead up to her being like a very strong, independent woman.
Oh yeah, well she's always been really good about independence, but that's why it surprised me so much when she on that first week when she was when she left to go to college that she really had a hard time adjusting because she was crying.
Well, that's normal.
But I think it is, because she had always been so responsible and independent. Like I can do this, blah blah. So I mean,
but that's different from like, holy cow, I'm on my own.
Yeah. Well, let's see when she has her apartment in the fall. And paying bills, and let's see how that's independence.
Yeah.
If you could pay your bills and not call me and mom, can you put money in my card, then I'll be very happy. Right? I'd just be happy if she actually sticks to a part-time job. I mean, I know it's hard with her schedule and all.
Exactly. I mean, school, part-time job. I mean, we did it.
That's what I mean.
We
did it.
But I think times are so different. I don't know.
I don't know. They're too spoiled.
They are. That's what I mean. Like everything right now in a way is like very, very easy. Like they don't even have to learn how to drive because they can call an Uber or Lyft.
Yes.
You don't have to learn how to cook. And we talked about this because
DoorDash.
you can call DoorDash.
Yeah.
I mean, back in our day.
No, we have to do it.
And I lived off ramen for a long time.
I think we all did.
And happy hour. It was really...
Well, you have to find the deals.
Well,
everywhere.
And in San Diego, there was this one bar. It was so awesome that like happy hour back in my day meant they had free food.
Oh, it's not just like 50% off here.
No, it was free food. So like all the college students were always there.
Is it wings?
It would be like different nights. Different nights it would be different
sliders.
Yes, different nights it would be tacos. Different nights it would be different things. So that's how college students live.
Would help you save money.
Well, then you end up spending your money on alcohol, but you can eat for free.
Yes, but the alcohol were like what? A quarter pitcher.
Oh, it was so cheap. Oh my gosh.
They had those quarter beer nights. Yeah. Right.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, I remember like. That's how you save money.
That's how I lived. It was either ramen or go to happy hour.
I don't even know what the kind of deals they give students now in college bars or.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe we should experiment.
Maybe we should. Next episode,
we're gonna move to our podcast there.
Spring break. No.
Really? I'm 19. Oh no, 21. I'm 21.
Card me, please. Card me.
Ma'am, you're too old to be here. You have to leave the premises.
No, I think we should go to Mill Avenue and just check it out. I mean, there's a karaoke place there, I know.
Oh my gosh, that'd be hysterical. Me and you doing karaoke?
Well, I did it with my daughter during Parents' Weekend. So, anyway. So, I'm sorry, we were going in all different directions and trying to stay on the topic.
It all started with we wanted to talk about spring break.
And independence. It always leads to independence.
Our children being independent.
Yeah, and me not worrying, but no, I'm just happy she's gonna be back
Good.
on Sunday because I have to give her her new phone. Oh, speaking of which,
Okay.
I love the fact. I mean, our provider, our cell phone provider is AT&T,
Mhm.
and I called them right away when she told me that morning. I called them. Insurance took care of it.
Good.
Got the phone next day.
Oh, great.
And yes, and not only that, their person came here and set it up.
They came to you?
Like hand deliver and had set up. I think it's a new thing that they do now. They set the phone up for you and blah blah blah.
Wow.
Because I
that's
told them.
service.
Well, I think if she was here, she would have. She had to give them her phone back, but the old phone. But since she's not, just so you know, she can always mail it back. But the fact that I never knew that they would. Usually, you'd go to one of their stores
exactly.
and they'll do it for you. But no, they.
I wonder if that's just an AT&T thing.
I don't know, but it's I like that.
Well, kudos to AT&T.
I was gonna say kudos. Well, I'm just happy that the phone was here, like in a day, because she was worried, like going back to school. Like, I need a phone, Mom. I need a phone. I'm like, yeah, I get it.
Does she keep her schedule and everything?
Everything,
on her
you
phone?
know, that's she's so rich. I think everybody is her calendar.
Her calendar,
so,
exactly.
I mean,
I'm still old school. I have a calendar hanging in my room. And
still
every
have-
morning I wake up and I look at the calendar and I see like what needs to be, like what I need to do, what activity.
yeah.
Thank goodness now I do it because I'm like, does my daughter have a half day?
Well, it's nice to have that one big at a glance.
Yes. Yeah.
I have to have one of those.
Yes.
Because it's like
Because I'm not always going to be like awake. I don't wake up in the morning and look at my phone.
Oh no! Well, no. Well, I do. I look that I have all my things like what to do. I have my reminders there.
Okay.
So
yeah,
that's me. So yeah, but for a long time I did not want to rely on my phone. I was just one of those people like, what? Why would I need my phone on if I'm at work when I was still working? Like, they can call me on my office phone. They don't need to call me on my cell phone. Because I was like, don't you ever look at your cell phone? I'm like, no, I'm at work.
I'm at work. Yeah, I keep my phone on me just because I'm moving around so much, and in case I get a phone call from the school.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason why.
And that's when I really get nervous. Like, why are they calling me?
Hey, why'd you call me?
Like, what did she do now? What did she do now?
Oh, you were getting those calls. You were totally getting those calls.
Oh, like it's like, what
her shirts,
now?
her skirt's too short.
The uniforms.
The uniforms.
It was always about the skirt. I had to tell him, can you unroll the skirt?
No, you also told me a story about how one of your daughters kind of ruined it for my daughter. My daughter wanted to get highlights when she goes to the high school. She's going to the high school that her daughter went to. And her daughter dyed her hair
red.
And so then they made it a policy that you cannot. So now when my daughter goes to high school, she can't have highlights or anything.
That same high school, yeah.
The same high school.
I think my daughter ruined it for everybody.
Sorry. Good thing we don't mention names.
I think it was her. I mean, she wanted her hair red,
like you said,
Ariel,
like Ariel, like red. It was
like Ariel, the Disney princess Ariel,
the mermaid.
Yeah, she wanted red like that.
Did it look cute for a while?
I mean, she got away with it, but my whole thing is like, you're ruining her hair because she switched it.
Oh, it is. Yeah, it's so damaging.
Yeah, thank God it was only a phase. It only lasted for a few months because I was just not digging it. I really won't like her with dark hair, and now she's sticking with the dark hair.
Good.
Yeah. I always tell them though, it's a phase. It's like, you're gonna change your mind. Been there, done that. Just listen to me. I'm like, I'm trying to help you. I already been there.
Because it's coming out of your mouth. It's not helpful. I've learned this. Like, holy cow! It's like,
it's better I don't say anything. Oh my goodness. So, okay, so now we're talking about hair. Sorry, but
choices.
So they said, because I'm just spring break. I'm glad everybody's good. Everybody's safe. I'm gonna see her on Sunday. Knock on wood, everything goes well with the rest of the cruise. So they're not going to be getting up anymore. So,
Well, that's good for her. What a great experience.
well, yeah, I think you know what. In closing, I think the fact like when she went to visit my sisters in Chicago and flew on her own the first time,
That
really
was a
definitely
big
was
help.
life changing. That was
Absolutely.
good. That was really good.
100%.
Now I think
She feels more comfortable and more confident.
well, yeah, now she's gonna want to travel all the time. Then I'm gonna be more
Without you.
without me. Okay, so before we get on that topic, we're gonna be closing, and so we're gonna end it on that.
Yeah, we'll end it on that note. Thank you for watching. Please tell all your friends to like, subscribe, and share on YouTube. We really want to get those. Bye.